This is the grid that the Bombers call home.
You're throwing the tee in the ground. If your hand's not shaking, there's something wrong.
I'm in my element, it's evident that there's levels to the game. I'm in my element, flow is like water, I'm forced to a fire, I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth, following God, and you grinding, you do as you told. I don't work to make you like me, but I'm front and center, word to Spike Lee. I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element, I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Day 2, round of 64. 16 men have already punched their ticket to the top 32 tomorrow, and we still have 30 more two-hitters to go. Going to be flying solo right now for a little bit. James Tate's going to join us in the booth here in a few. Martin Borgmeier is going to lead off. This set, he swept with 1,000 points, went 394, which was the longest drive yesterday, I believe. And Ryan Riesbeck, I'm going to steal some water. I'm getting better. Throat's getting better, though. It's getting so much better. This is my 812th bottle of water today. Ryan Riesbeck won the 2023 Senior World Championship yesterday. The good thing is that the weather came in late in the senior division, and they expedited the final 16. So he saved 24 swings on that body of his. And we do joke around that Ryan gets out here at 2:30 every day, but I mean, he probably does wake up at 4:35. I mean, he does it all. He's been in the booth. He is announced, he's announced boothing, ball calling. He had towels in his hand today, wiping down the chairs. So Ryan has had his hands full, but he's so darn talented that he has been able to win a world championship, and here he is in the round of 64. He looked great on Wednesday when he hit as well. So right now, Martin Borgmeier, Devin Fitzgerald, Clint Wilson Jr., and Luke Curtis. Curtis got in late. He snuck in, and a fast guy too. You know, we're looking at Luke Curtis right now, who's in and around like 212, 213 ball speed. So notables, I mean, Bryce Verplank, he had a crazy final set. He had to take second to tie to go into a three-man playoff where they would take two guys, but he went up against Zach Holton, Mark Costello, and they said drawing a blank, but you know, been sitting in the booth for a while, but we get the names out. But yeah, that was a crazy final set there, where Bryce Verplank ended up winning the set at 389 to advance. So whoever that fourth person was, I apologize, because I know that you have a tour win as well. Oh, it was Jack Smith. That's what it was. Jack Smith, Zach Holton. And we had Mark Costello here a little bit ago. The weather is perfect. It is sunny. Martin Borgmeier looks extremely confident right now. Yesterday, out of the gate, he went 4 for 6 and hit a ton of balls in play, and once again swept the field of 16 hitters, where he picked up 1,000 points and 394 yards. The ladies are going to be hitting at 3:30. They're going to have 3 groups hit today, so 27 hitters. They'll be hitting at 3:30. Next group, Kyle Berkshire will be hitting. But right now, the feature is Martin Borgmeier, the 2022 World Champion, Mesquite Volume 1 winner this year. He came in second to Zach Holton in Denver as well. And Martin's got a lot of wins under his belt. He, in 2021, got a visa to come over to the States, and he has not missed an event since Utah in 2021, which he did win. Martin was world number 1 this year, ranked, took it from Kyle Berkshire. Berkshire got it back last event, but a win, a world championship from Martin Borgmeier will put him back on top as world number 1. So here we go, round of 64. This is the third group to hit. This is ball number 1 in set number 1. 8 guys are going to advance. As always, 200 points gets first. 100 points for second, 50 points for third, 25 points for fourth. Devin Fitzgerald in slot 2. Got a peek of him right now, and Glenn Wilson, the Whopper. And Luke Curtis. Since I am flying solo right now, let's get active on YouTube right now. Let's see what everybody has to say. We've had a great following on YouTube so far. It's been awesome. I mean, we had close to 1,000 earlier today on. But this group consists of Reese Back, Cody Billinghurst, Tomohiro Toyonaga, Nick Forbeck, Seb Twiddell, Wes Patterson, Jim Waldron, Brendan Wise, Sean Johnson, Kyle Gabbard, Connor Sterrett, and Jordan Bovalina. Jordan hit the ball really good. Had never seen him hit before. There's multiple guys here. And even the guys from the UK. You got Luke Curtis, who's a really good hitter, in slot number 4 from the UK. They have a good following. And we will have another gentleman in the booth from the UK, James Tate, who has been on cruise control the first 2 days. And the crazy thing is that he really doesn't have a world ranking, and he's ranked like 16th in his bracket. So it's truly an advantage for Tate, especially being such a low-ranking guy, that he gets to go up against, lower-ranked players as well later in the tournament. But he's gone up against the best of the best and scooped up 900 points. Glenn Wilson with a bullet right down the middle. Borgmeier at 407. Great start for Martin Borgmeier. The longest drive today was from Colton Casso at 414 yards, landed at about 380, rolled out 35 yards down the right side. So Mr. Borgmeier with a 407 rocket to start off, making a statement early. He looks great, 221.2. Martin looks calm and cool, very, very relaxed, and I do like his approach. He is a great follow on social media, but he has been very, very quiet the last 3 or 4 weeks, getting dialed in for this moment right now, and he's putting up some big numbers, 226.4. So Mr. Borgmeier is going to start off this set with a win and 200 points. Luke Curtis, 385. Glenn Wilson, 378. Devin Fitzgerald, 369. Not too much wind right now coming out of the south. This is a west to east grid, so if you turn it over just a little bit, this should be okay. Just the water count for me today is at 10, so hopefully I can keep the voice alive for another 6 hours. We are in Atlanta, about 5 minutes from downtown at Bobby Jones Golf Course, 9-hole facility, but this facility is awesome. It's a beautiful venue and a great place to host the World Championship, and now we have the honor and privilege to sit with James Tate. Mr. Tate.
Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
How are we?
Well, how are you is the question.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I just said the fact that you being a 16th seed, yeah, you being a 16th seed kind of helps. But I mean, It didn't matter who you went up against. You scooped up 900 points, and you kind of took the approach of having a more stout of a setup to get started with the fly wire, and then go to a softer setup.
Yeah, it's one of these things I always find. Sometimes when you're on the range, it's a different day, and sometimes you'll find something a little bit different.
All right, we got Alexis Belton coming back in. She was, she's getting ready for her season debut here.
But yeah, no, I went with a slightly different setup. Was hitting it good with a different shaft, and just stuck with that for the first couple balls, and then switched to what I've been doing in the rounds from the first day. So, but it seemed to work. Felt pretty comfortable out there. And
you looked absolutely amazing.
Thanks.
That was a lot of fun to watch.
It was a lot of fun to hit.
The best was you did a club toss, you were mad, and it's well, he just went 390, so I don't.
It was everything you did was so gentle. It was I'm putting the sword in my pocket.
Yeah. I don't know. I was having a bit of fun out there. I think I was very much in the zone for the first kind of 3 sets. And you know, when you know you've got like 600 points, you're like, right, I can kind of like take it easy a little bit. And then the 4th set, I kind of stuck with a shaft just to kind of see what would happen. And then I just went and changed shaft in the last set and just decided to go a bit bananas. So
Bananas it was.
Ryan Riesbeck on the board at 378, picked up his first world title in the senior division as a rookie.
He was locked in similar to you yesterday.
Yeah, that was really impressive. All the boys that are staying in that Airbnb with all of us, we were watching it last night and we were just like, he's just dialed in. Like, it was so impressive to watch.
Look at Nick Vorback, stud. Slot number 4 at 382, Tomohiro Toyonaga without a number on the board. I do think his 3rd or 4th ball was flirting down that right side, stayed in play. So the right side seems to be the spot. Cody Billinghurst had the 2 longest drives early on Wednesday. He was the first guy to go 400 in this tournament.
Yeah.
Got a fist pump from Riesbeck. You guys might have already talked about it, but Luke Curtis looked good yesterday.
Yeah, Luke Curtis.
He battled it out.
Yeah, he's he said he was kind of struggling a little bit with his setup, but he went away yesterday and worked on it at one of the driving ranges, and it was he was getting dialed in, so he feels pretty good today. But he's a solid hitter. Oh, some ball speeds going on.
Oh, yeah.
Big Vorbeck there.
Vorbeck's a 204. That's a good ball for him, though. That was the center punch shot. I mean, 135 should be like a 203 ball. A little bit more than that. OB, Nick Vorbeck, who made a final 16 at the World Championships in 2021. We'll wait and see what Tomohiro Toyonaga puts up, but this could be a great start for Nick Vorbeck with 200 points.
What'd you guys have for dinner last night?
McDonald's.
No, really?
Delicious.
Yeah. Actually, what did we have for dinner? No, I think it was.
Big Mac?
Yeah. No, double quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh.
It was pretty good.
I don't remember what meal we had at your parents' house at like 11:30 at night, but we crushed all of it.
Oh, it was like pasta and bolaise.
Oh, it was
that sounds
unbelievable.
so good.
Yeah.
Just hammering food.
What's like what food are y'all known for?
Well, I think like the traditional kind of Scottish food is going to be haggis, meat, and tatties. To translate that is haggis, turnip, and potatoes.
Was not expecting turnip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember going to
so
a place.
it's like mashed.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Where did I go to? Was it Ziggy's?
Ziggy's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Ziggy's.
That was a fun one.
Are your parents here?
No.
Okay.
I wish. Now they were watching back home. My phone was blowing up as soon as I got. I always leave my phone on the range so I don't have any distractions. So I go back up and I've got like 90 messages. I'm like, what the hell's going on? It's like someone died, and it's just like the family WhatsApp just going nuts, which is quite cool.
That's our little boy.
Yeah, it's like, we're so proud of you.
Right.
Thanks, Mom. She doesn't sound like that.
But yeah, definitely. I need to take a trip back out there. We need to go play. I've never played the old course.
You walked it though.
I did. I walked about 50 miles in those 3 days or 4 days.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
It was hilarious.
Probably didn't even hydrate as much as you have this week.
I've drank more water. This is your water, by the way.
Yeah.
I just,
Go for
I was
it.
doing the opening monologue, and I was still finishing up some, whatever it was, the Kind Bar, and I, went down the wrong tube. So definitely can replay that back.
Jim Waldron looked really strong yesterday.
Seb Twiddell, slot 1.
Yeah, was this your first time seeing Seb Twiddell this year?
Yeah.
What do you think about him? He's had a really good rookie year as well.
Yeah, he's had a really good year. I didn't realize how tall he was in person. He's an absolute mountain of a guy. But he's super athletic, he's super strong, and he makes, he's got the double pump going on. It's such a strong move. Jim Waldron was hitting tanks on the range, but I think he struggled. He hit one of his favorite drivers on the range, and it fell off the end of the shaft yesterday. Yeah.
Their heads are falling off.
Heads are falling off.
Going crazy.
Wes Patterson's just hit a nugget right down.
Yeah,
down
good
middle,
ball here from Wes.
146. Low spinner.
Yeah, Wes hits, when hits it straight. And so he ended up winning out in China in 2018.
He's got the golden ticket.
He did get the golden ticket.
Mm-hmm.
He gets to play in Dubai for the rest of his life for free.
Oh, good times. We can.
Oh yeah, no, I said there's so many like inside jokes, especially like when the senior division was going on, like just bringing up the past. Like it was a great chat.
Yeah.
You know,
It
bringing
was
up
so
some
good.
good stories. You know, well, we didn't really share all of them, but Wes Patterson 391.
That's a ball.
Dan
Wind's
Lambert,
going
good morning.
downwind a little bit.
Yeah, Jim Waldron's mustache is awesome.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's pretty cool to see. I spoke to Jim on the range. We hadn't seen each other since the 2019 World Champs, and it's so nice. Like everyone's coming up and saying hi that I've not seen in such a long time, and it's just like it's great to see all the Europeans kind of come back over and competing. That's a nice ball by Seb.
Yeah, this one looks really nice. Good profile shot. Anything that you see falling right and it's down that right side is going to be a big number. 1,800 spin. So that's something that we need to look at too, as far as spin numbers. Wes at 404. Good start.
Whoa, 404.
Oof. I like that one by Seb Twiddell. I think he liked it too.
I like ball 4 better. This one, just anything down that left side. I mean, I grabbed lunch with the grid callers, and they were saying like Justin James was hitting bullets, but he was hitting them like into the side hill,
Really?
down that left side, and it was just knocking down balls. So we're sitting there saying like, hey, we're confused. Like, how does a 227 ball lose to
Right.
211? Well, we're on a golf hole, so that makes sense.
That's how it happens. Thanks so much, James, for being
No
in
problem
here
at
with
all.
us.
Always a pleasure, never a chore. Take
So
care.
proper.
Triple T is off to day 3. We'll be back right after this.
The best scenario right now would be asking boys if they're breathing in or out before they swing, just to mess with them a little bit. Hey, Bren, like when you set up, are you like breathing in or out when you're setting up for the golf shot? Could you maybe pay attention to that on your next shot?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, no, I know the process.
Yeah,
Like,
you know.
I breathe in heavily, and then when I hit it good, I exhale and yell.
He's not an easy one to mess with. I'm just gonna play around with setups a little bit because I have 2 different shafts, and I try to figure out how I can switch when I'm under pressure. And the only way to really find out is doing it in competition because practice is so different. That grid is clear, and Martin is putting on his glove. All right, here we go. Oh! Go! All right, step on it. Second one in. Oh! Oh, JJ with a 70 right there. Okay, we gotta switch clubs. You just took my record. All right, gotta beat that. Oh, I'm running out of time again. 6'8". Oh, come on, JJ. Oh, Sire! Let's go. One more chance, 9 seconds. I'm never gonna get this ball off. Come on, 5, 4 maybe. Oh! I was trying, JJ. I want a group though.
We are sitting with the legend that 71% of the times when she hits a golf ball, it's in play. Like, you
Yes.
just smashed everybody, by the way, with accuracy.
Is that
Without
the
a
stat?
doubt. I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
Avery
71.
Avery Dobsick is in the house. Like,
The
they
one,
talked
the
about
only.
bets, you know, and I was like, I'd bet on Avery hitting the most balls in play. So,
I don't
Avery,
know.
how you feeling?
I feel good. I mean, last year we competed in Japan for the World Championship, so it's a nice change of pace to only have an hour flight. Yeah, I know, in quotations. I am worried that the Japanese girls might get a little more in play than me. I mean, they're insanely accurate if it's anything like last year.
Yeah, really good players. I'm excited to have more of a world case showing this week. I mean, we've got 3 Swedes, I believe, 3 or 4 Swedish girls, some girls from Germany, Japanese girls are here, and then I think we have, Phyllis, New Zealand,
Yeah.
although she lives here.
yeah,
So, representing the world.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Someone from LA,
Yeah. Yeah,
It's pretty far.
basically
I mean,
Texas, basically a
yeah.
different country.
it is. All right, so John Johnson, no numbers on the board as of right now. Connor Starrett at 379. We had a fun, couple 3 balls of Connor Starrett where the launch monitor switched to kilometers per hour, so he's the fastest guy in the world. He went 341.8.
Consistently.
I mean, like
It was
3 balls in a
consistent.
row. I'm like, did that say 300, 340,
He ran to me.
220 club speed?
It told me.
And it, yeah.
The ball just couldn't hold up because it was still going like
'cause
3 something.
we're at dinner, and you know, I was like, whatever kilometers, isn't like 0.6 or 0.62, and then you divided it. It was 2:11, 145 club speed. But for a moment in time, Connor Sterrett was the fastest guy in the world by 100 miles per hour. So.
Yeah, we're looking at right now some of the stats for women's division. You've got the field, 71% of accuracy. Devin is second place in 54%.
I hope I can keep that up today.
Yep.
We're going to
Go get that money.
Yeah, we're going to get some wind later, though. That's what's going to be crazy.
I rather the wind over rain, though. We were supposed to have a lot of
1000%.
rain.
Where's the wind coming from? Do you know?
I think
what
it's the
direction?
northwest, I thought.
Northeast, southwest, with a drizzle of a east coast.
Northeast, southwest, that's all of them.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's
They're
it's
just
not,
colliding.
There's no wind.
It cancels out.
Yeah.
Avery, you've been traveling a lot. I mean, right before Worlds, I want to say you were in, 3 different countries?
4, actually, yeah.
4 different countries? Can you share a little bit about your journeys?
Yeah, so the first week I was just on vacation with Amsterdam and
nice.
Germany, and I actually met up with Sonia in Germany. We had dinner and a few of Martin's camera guys. But, yeah, then I went to the Ryder Cup in Rome, which was amazing.
How was that first Ryder Cup?
It was my first Ryder Cup ever.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was reporting there, which was awesome, and then I was there for 18 days. So admittedly, that was the longest time I've taken off from hitting a golf ball since I started golf.
You didn't have your clubs?
I did not. So that was not great timing for this. But when I got home, I put in the hours. So I feel like I'm ready.
I put in the minutes yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
you did. It
I
was an
warmed up
honest
for-
effort.
It was.
He was running in,
Thanks
running
for the
out.
videos, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I
Doing
got
it
some
all.
good ones. So yeah.
No, that was a lot of fun to watch, and I'm really looking. We got to all hang out, the ladies, last night, and it was cool just to see the camaraderie that's there. But everyone's been putting in some work.
Yeah, I really think that this year
It could be anybody's.
I know, and that even on the men's side, that's crazy to have so many great individuals in the top 5, top 10.
Who,
You know?
who have you been keying in on the most here in the Open Division?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard, right? I did think the 414 from Colton earlier was a great number, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think with this wind, if it picks up, it's going to be more of who's missing. I think that's really going to put players out.
Optically, the grid seems wider just because there's more stuff around. You know, trees and got buildings in the back. I felt like slot 4 was 500 yards wide. You know, just it couldn't miss it, even though you did. But it's just I felt comfortable on the tee box. Like there wasn't a slot where I didn't feel uncomfortable. I was like, wow, this is nice.
Yeah.
You know, so and for you, I mean, you're. The only thing that could potentially come in play is that there is a cart path that comes across at like 250 and it kind of runs up down to 320. But
It'd be nice if they didn't cover it. But
yeah,
it's covered.
No.
That was my strategy. Is
To do
250 sounds really good.
a little
for me.
3-wood punch, get
Just
the
like
cart path.
knock it and then let it go.
Well, I mean, talk about visually. Last year, we were going over water into an uphill grid that was sweeping from what, right to left or left to right. It was a pretty drastic
It was pretty
slant.
drastic.
And it's funny because I think you had to get 3 balls in play for the women. And then now I don't think I've had one single set since then that had less than 3 balls in play.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Glenn
you're a
Wilson
year
Jr.
too late.
piping one out there at 382. All right, we've asked everyone in the booth. Sure, you've already heard, so you should be prepared.
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't.
All right, we got a 400 by Ryan Rees back right there.
Ooh, there's our senior champ.
He doesn't even get tired.
No,
He doesn't even sleep.
and he's been out here.
He bought everyone a car at dinner last night.
Yeah.
Yep. And
He's
he
like
bought the meal.
Oprah.
Yes.
You get a car. You get a car.
Everybody want everything.
Who is the most famous person from Atlanta?
Oh, boy.
Ooh, good ball from Glenn.
I would say Bobby Jones. No? Was he born here?
That's a good answer. He is one of the most famous people here, for
Okay,
sure.
I'm glad I didn't just embarrass myself,
Yeah.
so that's good.
That was quick, though.
Yeah, he said ludicrous.
Ludicrous?
I was trying to think who has the biggest Instagram
I was
following.
going with, Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, good point,
or
yeah.
Jimmy Carter.
Who is it?
Those are some of the names. So there's a lot of famous people. Wow, they say Sierra's from here. You got CeeLo, Gladys Knight, Ludacris.
At least you were
Usher.
on it there.
Yeah, I was close.
Usher.
Yep.
That was a really good answer. And a golf answer.
So do you think that later we're going to have to shoot out to the right there and keep it drawing in with that wind?
Possibly, yeah. But I don't know.
It's
it's
a
a trick
30-mile-an-hour
question
gusts.
because I'm watching
Yeah.
guys that are like trying to hit up that far above the center of the club face and that far over on the toe, hitting high toe shots and floating it out left to right, and we're seeing huge numbers with
Really
that
big
shot
numbers.
shape
That high
too.
cut's been
high
producing.
cut.
Been producing a lot of good numbers
It
because
has.
it's staying in the air a little bit longer. And
Yeah.
But I love my silky draws.
Well,
the
I
draw's
don't-
still going to be
I
good,
don't
especially
think-
at our distance. It's going to be a little bit different story.
There's
Yeah.
a hill at like 340, so if you guys get to that 340, then you would want to get away from the left side. But if the wind's in the face or what have you, and you're not going that distance, it's pretty flat.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
if I'm reaching 340, we're gonna have a lot less problems
Yeah.
than where it's
Yeah.
going by then.
Yeah.
I think if we're
So-
looking right here, there's 2 trees that are out there on the left side, and it's pretty flat until you get to that second tree.
I think it's crazy because we're not gonna really know until we start hitting
Yeah.
as women. So that's what's.
Well, you got 4 sets, so you got 9 in each group,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Oh, only 4 sets.
Yeah, so you're going to have 5 out of 9 get in, and the person that's in 6th will be a wild card. I mean, I'm making this up, by the way. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Does it say, do we have notes for that? Do we? Oh, it's right here. There we go.
So wait, there's
Yeah.
a wild card though.
There's 4 sets.
Yeah, I think it's 4 sets. Yeah. So then what'll happen is that the 6th seed will be a wild card in each set, and then 3 girls will go up against each other, and that
For
person that
longest
wins
ball.
will be what will get in as the 16th seed.
Wow.
So we've got.
I mean, we've done that format before in the past. So
This year, did we do that?
no, I don't
think
think
this
we've
year,
done
but
it,
it's definitely
but we've
been-
done that's a format that
Ooh,
we have
that's
used.
spicy.
It
Probably
is.
even at Worlds, because there's the alternate too of like top person from each group goes automatically into like
Yeah, that's.
final
I
8.
think you guys are going right
but
into
we're not
a
doing
round
that.
of 16.
Yeah, and the ladies tee off today starts at 3:30.
Yep.
So make sure you tune into that right now. Keying in on the guys for the open division.
Patterson at 300 points after 2 sets. It's early. Rees back with a win at 400 yards
Ooh,
at
that's a
250.
That was a
big
good
one by
ball.
Seb Twiddell.
215. I really like this speed for him too. He's really in control at these numbers. Obviously, he can go faster,
No,
but
he
right
looks
now,
solid.
yeah, he does. He has good lines. He doesn't. He looks always square to target, which is middle.
Isn't that crazy that for a lot of guys, if we could just tell them like, hey, you're lined up so wrong, and that's what's killing you.
Well, I mean, it just really comes down to experience sometimes. Like,
Ooh, he's dialed.
you'll see guys out here, and I'll even say, the first thing I looked at were the seams on the carpet and where they were aiming in the box.
Yeah.
So I knew that if my feet were square with the seams, that I was going to be aiming out right. So I wanted to just open up my foot just a tad, and I feel like with the pad it helps you with your alignment too, like if you want to line it in front of your left foot or on your heel or what have you. So there are some alignment aids per se there on the tee box.
Seb Twiddell knocking a lot in bounds. And I think another thing is sometimes you'll see coaches lined up here at the railing that can talk to the players and let them know. But I don't know if you've ever felt this way, Avery. Sometimes in my head, if I close my feet off, I think I can sling it over. But
Oh, yeah.
oftentimes when you have like all that adrenaline, you just block it out right.
Well, I've been working on my left foot way in front of the right as an offset draw stance, but really that's just helping my my club path, and that's
Have some
really been
room.
getting a nice draw for me because
Yeah.
my hips are now suddenly working with my hands a little bit better.
Hips
which we
don't
like
lie.
to-
Yeah,
that is
and
true.
that's a good thing too with having that the lily pad on there is that I teed up not all the way in front, but like in the far left corner to where it would almost force me to try to swing out to second base in baseball terms, get that club path going out that way. So
Still looking for Seb Twiddell's final 2 balls, but he's in the lead right now, 391.
Cody Billinghurst with a number on the board there at 389, but he's won for his first 12.
I think I inspired his stripe show here.
Yeah,
He put a lot of balls in play. That's good for Seb.
you did. He's going to want you to be right there by him all the time now. One
Yep.
thing that I love, Seb and his girlfriend, they've bought their dog out before. Little doggy's not out here
Yeah.
now, but we've got lots of pets that are out here.
Yeah.
George Haggerty's got his little doggy.
With a shirt.
With
the
a shirt
dog,
today?
Yeah. His wife bought a children's shirt out of the merch tent. Subtle plug, go
So
check it out.
cute.
But put the children's shirt on the dog, so it's a golf full throttle dog now.
I
I'm
love
loving it. I mean, maybe we can get a pan out of the audience, but we've got some family members in T-shirts T-shirts, like
Oh,
with
yeah.
players on
Yeah,
them.
Robbo had
and
his wife, Shannon.
Sam
two
Antanasio
kids.
he's always got a gear.
Oh, yeah.
Whole family. So it's fun out here. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm excited for around 5:30. Out here is going to be pretty busy.
Speaking of Septwell, his girlfriend Madison Johnson, an athlete. I watched her, like, she was playing with my son Trey one day. I think that if he gets her to train, like, she's an athlete. I think she could do this next year. So she's got a good coach with Seb. So
I'd love to see it. We talk
gotta
about
get
power
more ladies
couples
out. Yeah, you
that
gotta get
exist
more
out here.
It really truly is fun to watch the ladies hit, and I mean, the audience tells you too. I mean, whether it's on
Jeez.
social or what have you, they're really
Sean
talented,
Johnson.
and they get a lot of eyeballs on the sport.
Let me ask
So-
you guys this. You guys have all competed and all hit.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear anything from the crowd when you're hitting?
I mean, I can hear some. I mean, for me, like yesterday, I was just having fun. I wasn't nervous or shaky, or I was in my element, but aware of all the surroundings per se. But it's really truly, it's that when you stand over the ball and you get your pre-shot routine and you got your 0.9 seconds of pulling the trigger and hitting the center of the club face, that you're in complete control. But besides that, like for me, I can hear some stuff.
Yeah, I can definitely hear
Well,
stuff.
we have like 1.3 seconds.
Yeah.
So do you hear anything?
I definitely hear things. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. What about you?
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, little snippets of the crowd, but sometimes like they'll be cheering and I won't even hear a thing until
Yeah.
I watch the broadcast after I hear them in the background.
You're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the music kind of drowns it out a little bit too.
For
You
sure.
know, the constant,
Ooh,
constant
405
music.
there.
Sean Johnson.
It's a cheeky little 405.
Yep.
And
His hair is flowing right now.
I know he wants to put on a good show right now after coming off of an OB set. This is
Ah.
gonna be big.
Yeah, OB set from Sean Johnson, and then Billinghurst went OB. Not as many as today. Wednesday was rough. A lot of guys were going OB, especially early on. Staring directly into the sun. We had the same kind of issue when we were in Kingsport, staring in the sun. But today
Sean
it's getting a little bit better. But
Who do you guys think as an underdog has a very good chance of winning this?
TJ Baker.
TJ Baker.
Yep.
Yeah, I also think another thing that's interesting is so many of the European players haven't competed this year out here. And so although they might seem like an underdog because it's the audience's first time getting their eyes on them, like a James Tate, right? He was phenomenal.
He's a stud. And he's
But
a
not a lot of
16
people
seed.
seen him, right?
Yeah.
So I think
Well-
that's another thing that kind of comes into play is you've got so many players from all over the world that are competing for the first time on U.S. soil.
Yeah.
That makes it seem like they're an underdog, but
Yeah.
can't sleep on them at all.
Tate's been around for 6 years. I mean, he had his first big win in Dubai, Long Drive World Series, and he's a veteran. And when he came out here in 2019, he had probably three TV finals where he made the final 8. So, and him being a 16th seed is actually benefits him, especially tomorrow as well, because he's gonna. What you're seeing today is the ball speed numbers are starting to jump.
They are.
They're starting to climb, and tomorrow they're going to be flying, and then the round of 16 is going to be nuts. That'll be the fastest final 16 we've ever seen, and these
Without a
guys
doubt.
are so fast.
I think the same for the women's. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be the fastest women's finals. I mean, just even today,
Yeah.
the fastest women you've ever seen. And to your point, we've got a lot of players like Heather Manfreda.
Yeah,
She's a world champion,
yeah.
and she's got a low seed just because she hasn't hit in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, missing my Desha Teapot and Kanani Lodge, it was, just so much fun to watch for the year and a half that she came out.
Yeah.
And someone that was touching, the mid 190 ball speed. Like there was times where she was like 194 on a track man, and she even entered a men's division, the PLDA event at One Stop Power Shop where there was 24 hitters, and she made the final 16.
So good.
So, and she won the World Championships in 2021. So, I feel like we're missing a couple girls that are really talented. But yeah, the crop is getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
I mean, I think the record that Monica Leiby just did, which was what? I think 187 ball speed. To put that into perspective for the amateur golfer at home who does not have access to a TrackMan, it's probably faster than 95% of men.
More than that.
You think
Way
more?
more.
Higher,
that, yeah.
absolutely. I mean, not on the Pro Tour too. It'd be close. I mean, wow. I mean, the average tour speed's 197 now. It's like gone up significantly over the last 5 years.
But she's she's someone who doesn't look, she's so in control and so stable that she doesn't look super fast, and she is. She's flying.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorite videos that I got this year was her ball that went 345 in Connecticut. Just walked into it and didn't even like hesitate and just pulled the trigger and just ripped it.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, like you talk about pre-shot routines. I love Monica Living's pre-shot routine.
Yeah.
So Martin Borgmeier has been absolutely dialed in. He has won his first 6 sets of this tournament.
Oh, that's a nice ball flight
there.
there.
Right out the
221 right there. And that's the slot you want to be in down that right side. If it stays in, that's going to be a huge number for
Having
Martin
the wind
Borgmeier.
pushing it just a little bit more so in play.
Marty Borgie 240 is looking
Tomo.
good.
I think I had dinner with him last night. It's crazy, too, and I'm sure you remember this from traveling over to Japan, but so many different language barriers, so many different conversations having within little groups, yet we're all here for the same thing, and we all communicate because we all speak the same language of long drive.
Yeah, I think that's the one beautiful thing about sports. Sports is a universal language.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I was thinking about the NFL team going over to London this year. You had so many people wearing weird jerseys. Like, they're like, oh.
They're not even the home team.
Yeah,
the
we're here to
team
see
playing.
Steph Curry, you know. But people always come together for one purpose, and that's to commune around sport. And that's, to your point, why we love World Long Drive.
Mm-hmm.
Borgmeier 404, Gabbard 386. So Mr. Borgmeier with 2 400-yard drives to start off set 1 and set 2 on day 2, round of 64. This is the third group to go.
All right.
We still have 16 more guys that will get in the round of 32 tomorrow.
We got a slip by Brendan Wise. I've got a question for you. His hair or Jacob Gallaudet's hair?
Gallaudet.
No hesitation.
No hesitation.
That was
He knew it was
crazy.
coming. Yeah.
Got to go with the veteran. You know.
Avery,
He's got great hair, though. Brendan Wise, you have amazing hair. You have
amazing
great
hair. So does Martin Borgmeier up there. But Avery, thanks so much for joining us in the booth. Good luck today.
Thank
Have
you.
a lot
Appreciate
of fun.
it. I'm excited to compete
excited
with
to
you.
be there. What group are you?
I'm 1. We're not together, but
Okay.
we're together because we're in the same day.
We are, for sure, without a doubt. Well,
Yeah.
I'll see you later today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Make sure you tune in for the women's division. Avery tees off at 3:30 today. And if you want to see
This man needs no introduction, right? You are decorated in this sport.
Old man.
Do you feel like you have to keep up with the youngins? Have you changed
Yes.
any equipment? Have you changed any
I've changed my
techniques?
workout routine to, I'm doing a lot more endurance.
Okay.
Because I feel like, especially the World Championships last couple of years, I've run out of gas. And, you know, day 3, day 4, so I really want to, throughout the year, pace myself and kind of build. So I've changed the way I train, is one thing.
After 2 sets, Martin Borgmeier is at 400 points. Wes Patterson, Sepp Twiddell are at 300. Ryan Riesbach, the senior world champion at 250. Nick Forbeck, Connor Sterrett, Sean Johnson are top 7, and then we have a bunch here at 150. So it's early on. Glenn Wilson, Nick Forbeck, Sepp Twiddell, and Kyle Gabbard. This is the round of 64. Gabbard trying to push this ball back in, big high draw. As we would say, this is his prototypical ball flight.
You think we're going to get some balls further than 414 today?
I mean, it's
possible.
warming up. Yeah, yeah. It's that right side that Martin. You know, right when I saw this grid, I just, you know, I mean, yes, they are 1, 2, and 3 in the world, but I feel like this really sets up well for JJ, Mr. Borgmeier, and Mr. Berkshire.
We're going to see Kyle right after this group.
Yep. Glenn hit great. I mean, Glenn is very similar numbers to Ryan Riesback yesterday. Riesback sat at, if you're looking at Glenn's numbers, 138, 209. Those were the most optimized numbers for Ryan Riesback yesterday, who swept, 9 sets to win the senior world championship. Eddie was hurt. He ended up getting through his first bracket of hitters, but, the two guys that just kept peppering the grid and looked the strongest were Riesback and Robbo, and Riesback ended up winning at 372. Robbo went 368.
I mean, Eddie was probably swinging mainly upper body, smoothing it at what did he have, 74?
Yeah, well, he went, longer, but he was like 204, but it just looks so painful.
I did.
All right, guys are struggling right now to get balls in play. Vorbeck's the only one with a number on the board. Vorbeck, 2021 top 16 finalist at the World Championships in Mesquite under the PLDA umbrella.
That one looks like it's going to be in for Seb Twiddell.
Good ball here from Seb. Really like this profile. That one's in play. That one's going to be a bomb, too. That's a big ball from Seb, 1,700 spin. And I've been looking at spin now, too. Being down on the grid, or, on the range, too, listening to Bobby Peterson, who is Ryan Riesback's coach, along with many others, Kyle Berkshire included. It's really figuring out the spin rates right now, what's working best on this grid. And you do see guys making these changes. Only a few of them are making changes during the middle of the set, but they walk off this platform and they're changing equipment. They will have their hands on their phone looking at what we're saying as well and looking at their numbers. So Seb Twiddell, 397. Gabbard did not get his last ball in, I don't believe, but
still
maybe
waiting
he
for
did.
it, that
Maybe he did.
confirmation. Look at that.
Ozzy. Or no, is that no?
Oi,
It's that,
oi,
no,
oi.
that's
Seb.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. I know the UK. That's not the UK flag. I know the
Love
American
that the
flag.
family came out here and
Yeah.
to support. Got the kangaroo, the koala,
Oh yeah.
and the best shirts you can find.
That was the dead giveaway right there. Is the kangaroo, right? I feel like there's numerous flags that look similar to that, but they're not.
A lot of flags that have stars and that are blue, red, and white.
Yeah. Seb Twiddell will have 300 points. We're off to round number 3 here, group 3. A round of 64. Kyle Gabbard, 439 yards. Okay, well, that's the longest drive of the tournament. Really? That's a... He did... Is that...
Was that confirmed?
Kyle Gabbard with the longest drive of the tournament at 439 yards.
Whoa!
Let's look at the flags. And that right side is hot. And if Colton got 35 yards of rollout, if it's more downwind now, which, we're looking at the flags, it is more downwind. So,
oh, my goodness.
And it widens up.
That's why it took a while to find that ball.
Wow. That's crazy. Wasn't expecting that.
His longest ball of the season is 439.
Well, he just tied it.
He just tied that, and that was a Mesquite.
How do we miss that? I mean, that had to have been down the far right side and just rolled forever.
Wow.
I mean, that's fun, Wind picks up. There's going to be some longer drives in.
That was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
He won that set by a lot. He just hits a high draw, and now that you see numbers like that, I wouldn't be surprised. Martin Borgmeier, you start picking windows on this grid, and you started at that tree with that nice controlled draw, and it lands, starts out OB right and then comes back in and lands, can roll forever, and it is about 12 yards wider from 350 out to 450.
Yeah.
So it kind of fans out a little bit. It's at 53 yards at 350. It's at 57 yards wide at 400, and then at 450 it's about 60. I mean, I think actually 66 yards.
That was incredible. Luke Curtis at 378.
What a shot.
I wish we had a replay.
I know. Patterson flirting down the right side. This one looks pretty decent. 2,700 spin from Wes. Sean Johnson without a mark right now puts up a 381, takes the lead. This ball looks good. Even though the tracer wasn't on, I just was able to see the first bit of ball flight on Sean Johnson's ball. That looked like just like a nice, it started off really nice. Like it was going to be a draw.
I like this one by Luke Curtis. Right down the middle.
Yeah, nice profile shot as well. These guys are starting to put some balls in play. Tomohiro Toyonaga takes the lead. Yeah, Sean Johnson, 405. Just I was able to see that ball flight without the tracer.
Those flags are going straight downwind, heading towards Atlanta.
Ooh, I like this ball from Wes. He shut his feet a little bit, hit a pull, just a straight pull. And that one's in the middle of the grid, but right now, like if I could, I would focus on that right side of the grid because it is hot. I mean, 439. That's telling you that you can carry it past 380, which is a tall task, but downwind it's not. It's getting crazy roll. We don't have any numbers from Wes Patterson right now, but believe that multiple balls stayed in play. Yeah. There was one that he had 208 that was a little cut down that right side that I liked.
I like that
but
one
I did like that 215 ball too.
We'll see it. We'll see here in a little bit if the standings stay as they are. But I think Wes Patterson might be flirting with somewhere in between second and third place for sure. All right, we'll be back right after this.
Get social with World Long Drive. Follow the longest hitters in the world on tour with exclusive behind-the-scenes content on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Watch every World Long Drive event on YouTube. Follow us at World Long Drive. This is Golf at Full Throttle.
That's one of the things I absolutely love about the help that we've got with the Wedge guys and the socials here. You can be updated almost on the spot, you know, of numbers, furthest balls, all the things if you give us a follow on Instagram and all the other socials out there. But right now, thanks for tuning in to our YouTube channel. We're trying to follow along to see who's going to make it to hold up this beautiful belt that we have behind us.
Oh, yeah.
To be crowned the world champion. Fan favorite Martin Borgmeier in slot number 3.
Mr. Borgmeier. 2 sets at, he's pointing at himself. There he is, waving.
Hey.
He is
Look
relaxed.
At James Tate behind him doing the same thing.
Triple T. I absolutely hate that nickname, Triple T, because he's got such a cool nickname. And we haven't said it. 3 days.
It's impressive.
We might have it slip. It's the best.
On accident.
On accident.
Got a familiar face. Standing,
maybe if I say it with an accent,
right
I'll pick it up. Cody Billinghurst.
You have to throw it in randomly.
Yeah. Let's see how many are on YouTube as of right now. 731 have tuned in. The GOAT, Jason Zubak, is in the house. Mitch Dobbin, hello.
And we've got Jam Suda that just plugged in, that just walked in.
Just looking at all the comments here. Yep, great. And Zubak giving a shout out to James Tate. Yeah. How funny is that? James is a 16. He's a 16 seed. He went 225. Like he was like 222 to 225 day one. Hit it dead straight. And today he He's like,
murder the ball.
Well, he just like, I was hitting the 4X fly wire so well, the crank, Fujikura shaft. He's like, I just want to hit this to start off, and then, I'll switch after. And he stuck to that game plan, and I mean, he cruised. I mean, he got 900 points. And, I mean, I really like his chances, especially making it to the round of 16 because of his seeding alone, When you're going up against a 13, 14, and 15 seed, when you're a 16 seed in that last set, a lot easier to get 200 points instead of like Bryce for Plank earning.
On the last set.
Earning a win, So, I mean, Jack Smith,
at the same time, you put
Zach Holton, I mean, that was nuts. Mark Costello, those were the 4 guys where Plank had to get the win, and he did.
And they're going full throttle, too. We've spoken about this before. You're friends as soon as you walk off that platform, but on there, you're wanting your best ball.
Hello, Mitchell. They got Jason Cook in the house, New Zealand. Hello, Cookie.
I think if you put James Tate's all his swings, no matter what set he was in, though, I mean, if he was a number 1 seed, he still would have.
Oh, he looked awesome. Yeah.
Look at those beautiful faces in the crowd. The stands are starting to fill up quickly.
There's Ryan Riesback multitasking. Is he in this group? So I think we're having some internet issues because we're not connecting right now to the internet.
All right, we're going to go to break.
Here.
We'll be back right after this.
All right, we're back. Had some technical difficulties. The Wi-Fi went down, so hard to do all the scores and make it as efficient and as pretty as possible on screen for you. So ice the kicker just a little bit, but the guys tried staying loose. So This set should have been over probably about 5 minutes ago, so they've been on the tee box here for probably 6-7 minutes. So they'll need a couple swings to loosen back up. Martin Borgmeier in slot number 3. Waiting on some numbers here. Got a 323 ball here from Jim Waldron. Borgmeier is going to be Obi right. Looking at the flags, it's just right to left. I mean, that ball from Kyle Gabbard that went 439, that's unreal. Big ball here from Cody Billinghurst, 218. Moving across the middle of the grid. Landing now, boom. Should be a good ball. We are in set number 3. Still, like I said, we got some technical difficulties. I'm able to see the monitors, but not have any numbers pop up as of right now. But I'll get to you as fast as I possibly can. We got Martin Borgmeier at 391. We got Jim Waldron at 381. I know that Cody Billinghurst has the ball in play. Billinghurst is at 95 now. Borgmeier is at 97. Waldron is at 81.
All right, we've also got an update on the women's field. There's not going to be a playoff. It's just 15 go through and a ghost player.
Really? Okay. 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 I like it.
Martin Borgmeier showing up and showing out.
I mean, it sounded good. We've done that in the past.
Had a lot of different formats over the years.
Yeah, because we had to fill out that, 16. They just had a playoff with whoever came in 6th in those 3 sets. So Borgmeier, 418, improving. He will be on to the round of 32. So the 2022 world champion is looking like a world champion.
Locked in.
Marty Borgie with now 8 straight wins to start off his 2023 World Championship run.
It's like he's been here and done this before.
Yeah. He is calm, cool, and collected. Yeah, that's all those guys got balls in play, but that was a very long break right there, just trying to get the technology back up and running.
And that's kind of hard sometimes. You're
yeah, I mean, we had it yesterday with my group.
Stalled a little bit.
Dwight Riddle hit a ball, and I was on the grid. They were looking for it for a little bit. They could plug because he hit it in the middle of the fairway.
It's a little soft
fairway.
still over
this
there.
is a fairway, and but all right. Connor Sterrett, Brendan Wise, Ryan Riesbeck, Devin Fitzgerald. Okay. Well, I heard the longest drive of the day from Seamus was 418, but there's a 439 out there. I would be curious. I wonder, but they ended up putting over a sprinkler head. They put turf over the sprinkler head, so I don't think that's the case.
No, but I can't wait to hear from the ball callers what that looked like and what happened.
But right now, Kyle Gabbard is in the lead by 21 yards on the longest ball of the tournament.
And Ryan Riesbeck, you see him right there.
The 2023 senior world champion who ran the table. 9 straight sets. We'll say it again. Riesbeck had to hit 54 balls yesterday instead of 78. So they ended up going due to weather right into a single elimination format in the round of 16 where Mr. Riesbeck won the championship and then celebrated at P.F. Chang's.
Where else?
Riesbeck on the board at 371. Looks like Brendan Wise does have a ball in play down that left side. Devin Fitzgerald is in the lead now at 383.
We're back and locked in.
We are. Connor Sterrett, Mr. 341.8 kilometers per hour. I just remember, like, the first time I saw it, I was like, did I read that right? And then the next one was 300, and then the next one was 300. So I ended up getting 2 snapshots, which I thought, I said that was funny.
We've got a lot of Europeans. It works out.
Yep.
So if Ryan Riesback takes this one, huge set for Devin Fitzgerald if he takes this one. Or Connor Steer, it kind of sets them up really nicely going into the 4th round.
Once again, I want to thank Charles Calassi for sending me all of this info to keep my voice afloat.
I wonder what's going on.
Yeah. Is the time off or something like that?
Yeah, it's paused at 1:14. Not sure what's going on right now. It looks like they're about to get back into it. And the clock has...
Nice ball here. Devin Fitzgerald just hits a nice little baby cut down the right side. So.
Weird set for these guys.
No, I said the technology is...
It's technology. At the end of the day, it's technology. It can overheat really quickly. It can do a lot of different things. But shout out to all the guys that have been helpful in making sure everything runs smoothly.
All right. I like Riesback's 5th ball, and I like Devin Fitzgerald's 4th ball. I feel like both of those balls are going to be better than the numbers that they currently have. Riesback. Ball number 6, it looks like. Still waiting on some numbers on the board here. They haven't updated as of yet. So if the Wi-Fi went down again. Ooh.
We've got a yell out of Connor Sterrett.
Yep.
And that's a good ball. Falling back in. It doesn't look like it's going to hit that left side too much where it rolls up.
87 from Riesback on ball 5. Fitzgerald's ball went OB on ball number 4. Wow.
397 from Connor Sterrett on that last ball. Wow. What a last ball.
Trying to reset our computer here.
Yeah, we're going to work on this reset, and we'll be back right after this.
At every stop in the World Long Drive Tour, we'll follow a different athlete at the grid. In LaSalle, Colorado, it was Seb Twiddell, a 22-year-old rookie coming off of his first event win in Mesquite Volume 2.
Yeah, I think every year World Long Drive has a really special person that's introduced to the game from anywhere around the world, and Seb has been that person this year.
He's obviously a freak of nature. Was he about 6'6", 260?
His legs come up to my head, so that's an obvious advantage in the long drive game when you're 7'2".
He's put on a ton of weight, 30, 40 pounds over the last year. He's a freak, and freaks are good for our sport because it gets people to come out and watch.
He has a very high intelligence when it comes to athleticism. He's able to learn quickly, and we've been able to see that over this year from him going to a very fresh rookie, and now he kind of looks like a veteran.
If Seb figures it out, and if Seb continues to perform like he has been, it kind of narrows the field down to only a number of guys who can win. So selfishly, I kind of want Seb to go.
And we're back. Got to hear a little bit about Seb Twiddell there. Sean Johnson, he's been on fire. Piping that one right down the grid. And we're still trying to get our computer set here, so we don't have any numbers, but I'm going to look out, do a dual job right here. Sean Johnson's ball didn't come back yet, but I think that one could easily be a 400. Ooh. Cody Billenhurst likes that one.
We're going to get Jeff Gavin in the booth. He's got a nice computer.
It's a very
The
nice
boss has a
computer.
nice computer.
We've been struggling because we have a PC.
We have the honor and privilege to be sitting with two-time senior world champ, a man who drinks from the fountain of youth, Mr. Jeff Gavin, and the man who gets to drink Tim Hortons every day.
Do you drink Tim Hortons every day? That's the question.
No. I'm more like, drip guy, just pouring it out of the pot.
Fancy.
Got it. That is fancy. Cody Billinghurst, the pride of Canada, at 4:04. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Yeah. I'd like to be still going out there, but,
You hit a lot of balls yesterday.
Yeah, we had a few, yesterday. But, those early starts the day before was it's tough. It was tough, yeah,
And
for
cold.
sure.
Well, was it cold to you?
Yeah, it was definitely cool. It was wet. It was damp, and it was sun like blazing in your face. You're looking for everyone to see where the ball was going.
Yeah, at the last couple days, it's been overcast, so the 8:30 group hasn't had to look directly in the sun because, really hard to make an adjustment when you don't know where your golf ball's going. So right now, the balls are going significantly farther. We have
Glenn,
Kyle Gavin.
I was just, he had a bad set there a few rounds ago, but he's come back with a nice 412 there. I mean, it's tough when you haven't done this, for a long time. Coming out here, you want to swing super hard, but you get that sort of feeling of, swing hard, but it's a little bit tentative, and then it just throws you off a bit. You know what that's like, right, Bobby?
Yeah, I was trying to swing hard yesterday, and it was funny because I had like an inside bad joke with Kyle. Like, he thought, I love that Kyle has, confidence in me. He's like, you're going to go 200, and I missed by just a little bit. But yeah, I was swinging as hard as I can, and there's no difference between swinging 132 or 133, but the 133 makes me hit it OB. And then, we talked about Riesbeck yesterday. When Riesbeck was 211 to 213, he wasn't as efficient as he was at 208 to 210. So
yeah, I was feeling the same sort of thing when you're 207, 209 was good, but for me it's just turning it a little bit too much, and you see that, and I got to learn a little better to straighten this ball out, because this ball, you need to hit it dead straight, and when you do, I swear you gain 10, 15 yards.
It's kind to you when it happens like that. You're one of the few people that play both open and senior divisions. How do you prepare for something like that?
It's no real different than just preparing for any tournament.
Yeah,
right?
but how do you conserve your energy? You're hitting more balls than the average person.
Adrenaline does carry you through, right?
He drinks from the fountain of youth.
That's Tim Hortons.
His nickname is the man who drinks from the fountain of youth.
No, it's just, you just work at it every day, do something. I'm not going crazy anymore, because you're 55. You got to watch out for, your tendons go, you're not swinging anymore, right? So,
wow, yeah.
So, yeah, you just got to kind of take it easy, and, you got to take the age as it comes, and you keep trying your best.
You're the definition of country strong. There's no doubt. So, your background in athletics, what is your background in athletics?
Well, I was a high jumper for years on the Canadian team for a bit there, so I did that mostly. And basketball. I was so I jumped all the time. That's all I did is jump. And, yeah, it was a lot of fun back in the day, track and field, and it keeps the competitive juices going. And early on, I was a golfer, with my grandfather. That's what I started doing. And, I lived up north. It's, the season's really short up there, right? So you had to do other sports. So there was some football, basketball, and track. But I loved jumping. I wanted to be, Olympic Games sort of guy.
That's awesome.
It was close, but I've done this longer than any other sport. So
yeah, well,
you're
you've
still
had
doing
an
it.
Unbelievable career, and they said you have the legend. Kindy Wabin, as we call her, the Wendy.
Yeah, she's what makes it all
superstar. But yeah, what's it like having the just hanging out and having her in the stands, watching you?
Well, she's great with everybody, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows her. She's my biggest fan. So I probably still wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for her, because it takes a lot of work, and she does so much stuff to allow me to do this.
Yeah.
It takes a big team, right, to keep doing, 8, 9 of these tournaments a year, plus you're doing, I work full time as well. So, it's tough, right?
Yeah, definitely one of your, not one, your biggest
Seb
fan.
just finally, it's the first time I've seen him put up a number close to 220, and that was a nice ball there, a little cut. So Seb's starting to pick up the pace. I really like his lines. today and staying composed. I mean, this is technically his rookie season, and he did get a win, and he's not doing something. Well, we know he could swing harder, but he is extremely efficient at these numbers, 215, 220, which is veteran-esque. But yeah, Wendy's awesome. She's got some good stuff going on here too. Pretty soon.
Oh yeah, she's got a lot of things going on right
Be
now,
on
and
the lookout.
everyone's going to be seeing a lot of her
Yes.
in the coming
the
coming months. So we got a lot of stuff going on.
Two
back there.
superstars in that house.
Yeah, well, she's the superstar. I'm just coming out here hacking balls around.
No,
Whenever
you're not.
you
Far from it. This guy's the man.
You've been in this sport for a long time. We've got a lot of rookies and newcomers. What are your thoughts about where the sport is going?
I like to see it, grow for sure. It's a tough one to get out there and keep going. It's so much work's involved in putting these. You need these huge venues. It's just a lot harder than like a dart tournament or something like that, right? Like to put it all together.
Yeah.
So I want to see it grow. I want to see it continue. I want to see a bunch of divisions going because I think people should see all the divisions.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, Ryan and Rob and Eddie, and I mean, there's many other seniors out there that are fantastic still at this, and we can still bring it, right?
I know.
I mean, if it was the
Zubac's
same
on
conditions
right now,
we'd
Zubac
be
can hit.
Yeah, and Zubac,
Yeah. Jay-Z can come out. I know he could put up some
I
210,
keep asking
215
him.
numbers.
I'm going, when are you going to come out?
How
Man?
cool
When are
would
you
that
going
be
to
to
come out?
see him? I saw Slupski yesterday, George.
Yeah, I saw
First
George.
Slupski was here.
He was at the very first tournament I won was against George.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like 2005, right? On my last ball. And I turned to him, and George Slupski.
He's
right?
a monster, the animal.
Yeah. I looked over at him, and I'm like,
For sure.
Yeah.
Please don't hit me.
And I always said my favorite division to watch was the seniors because, I mean, for so many years you got to see Bobby Wilson and Pat Dempsey duke it out. They would match up against each other in the senior division. One would win a world title, and then they would match up against each other in the super senior division. The other one, I mean, it was just...
yeah, watching the seniors has always been great because, I mean, you learn so much. I always learn so much from them, both the competitive drive, the instinct, and the ability to, make the most out of your ability at the time. So something happened there.
No, Gabbard.
Good one by Cal Gabbard. He's got the longest ball of the day.
Oh,
so
yeah.
far.
439. Like I said, what did that hit?
I mean, look at Ryan. He's still going. I mean, I did two divisions forever, and, deep in two divisions.
Oh, yeah.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It really is. I mean, I popped a rib out the one year.
That
I was in the
like
finals.
18? Was it 2018 or
yeah,
19?
my last ball. I think I beat Critter
You
my
popped it
last
out.
ball to
Yep.
make it. Yeah, it popped out and popped back in, but it was like grinding, and it was
Oh,
bad,
my
right?
goodness.
And then I had the next day. That night, actually, I had to hit in the TV finals, so against Eddie. So, yeah, and then against Costello in the Open, it was like, oh, great.
Unbelievable.
No, so it's really difficult doing two divisions, but look at him. He's built for it.
Oh, yeah. Like, say, the craziest day ever. It was Blankhorn hit, I think, 16 sets throughout the entire day. He did we used to have those last chance qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
So he went through a last chance qualifier, qualified for Worlds, and then he did the entire senior division. It was 16 sets at 8 balls, and I think he took second that year.
Oh, my gosh.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
I said,
Blankhorn, we miss him for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was just a crusher of the ball. He had that short swing and efficient.
Yes.
And you're always that butter cut, and you're like.
We talked about it yesterday about I never want Kevin Blankhorn to punch me, let alone you, let alone Robbo. We were talking about it's more of a baseball terms with fast hands, but country strong. That club head is moving so fast from here to here, and but yeah.
It's just super fast twitch.
Yeah.
Right? And you guys have trained for it their whole life. Right? I never stopped from when I was a kid to now. I'm 55, so
you make it look so easy, though. I mean, you have the same swing that you've had forever, and it's just still 55 years old. I mean, guys can't even go 125, 130 miles per hour at the age, and you're going 220, in speed sessions.
Yeah, you got to keep doing it, right? If you stop doing things, they say when you lose, you need to do explosive movements to keep the those type A fast twitch muscles, and you can do all the gym work you want, but if you don't move things really fast. And this is perfect for it, right?
Yep.
People ask me all the time, you still doing that? I'm like, I'm going to keep doing it because, you can stay healthy doing it.
And you're still winning.
Right. People think, swinging super hard is bad for you or you're going to break your body doing it. not these competitions. Maybe if you did like charity events every 3 days.
Those are the
ones
killers.
are good.
Those are the killers.
Yeah.
Kyle Gabbert's going to get 200 points here.
He's
He'll
come a
have
long way,
500.
Kyle. Like I've been watching him for a couple of years now, and he's just he's very efficient, and his speed's come up a lot too.
What are some of the younger players that you have been looking at?
Jack's my. He's
good.
amazing. It's crazy.
And his
swing.
swing.
He's comes up here on me.
I mean, he's very similar to Justin James. JJ's a little bit thicker, I think.
Justin's a way more vertical, but Jack's a way more rotational kind
body
of guy.
type. I'm looking like more of a body type that's not very tall.
Well, then you look at Jamie too, right? He wasn't he was pretty short.
Jamie was what, 5'11"? Well, we always joke around, and I said, no, I know that we're on, but they're like, that Sadlanovich kid, he's 4'9". I watched him hit a 700-yard drive with a 2-iron off of knees through a light pole. Jamie got smaller and smaller and smaller.
It was nice,
as the years went on.
doing this for 20 years now, and to be able to see so many people come up and through it, and some leave, and then next batch comes through and leave. It's been great for that because a bunch of new guys. Every year I got to come out and
Well, that's why the senior division's so easy. Like we don't have as many notes. I'm like, we don't need them. I know everybody.
You do. They've been around forever for sure. Here comes Martin.
We talked about like James Tate being a 16 seed. That bottom half yesterday in the senior division was like a who's who. It was
that
loaded.
was tough because you look at the guys and you see how they seated everyone, and I'm like, wow, that's it's a little like lopsided,
And then you, Robbo, and Eddie were on the tee box in the round of 16.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to step
right
on. I hit it good in that round, and thankfully, but this ball though. I mean, you don't have to hit it 100%, man. You
like
hit
that
it,
ball right
yeah,
from West,
80%. It's not 80%, but it's an 80% feel.
We've seen a 227 ball go the exact same distance as like a 217.
I think I hit that 83 ball yesterday. It was like 205, right? Then I go like 210, and it goes 360 something.
Yeah.
Right? And it's hard to figure it out for sure.
I mean,
439. Where does that come from?
I mean, it really truly comes down to spin because John Graves yesterday came up to me after and he goes, "What do I need to improve on?" I'm like, "You just went 207, 208 and lost to 195, and it was like a beautiful shot."
Yeah, no, it's happened all year. I've seen ones where I've gone 209 and lost to like under 200 miles an hour, right?
Yep.
And,
look at
they hit a better ball.
209 ball for Martin.
He likes it.
It was 209.
Yeah,
too.
we'll see what kind of number that comes up.
That was like probably like a toe strike, where it missed off center a little bit, but might knock down that spin, flies a little bit longer. 386 on a miss it.
On a miss it, yeah. I mean, what's the wind doing? It's not blowing super hard right now.
But I really like slot 4 for Martin, but he is right now on pace to have 9 straight wins.
I love watching Wes. I mean,
he's getting better as this tournament goes on too.
Yeah, he's just like you'll see him snap hook one into a tree, and the next one's out the back of the grid, right?
Yeah,
He beat me in China. I think his second last ball, and that was a great event.
We always talk about him when he hits it straight. Borgmeier 209. Oh, Wes is going to take down the set on that last ball.
Yeah.
Like right now, 1,800 spin. That drive should be 400 yards based off the numbers that we see.
Yeah, exactly. But like, see how straight it is, right? There's like a tiny bit of cut, and I think this ball just works great with that. Watch it prove us wrong here.
Watch it say the 3
406.
There's no chance. Yeah, I'm going to say 405, 406.
496.
400. We have
okay.
He'll do something shocking.
Drum roll. Did Wes hit a cart path?
A cart path.
392. It's got to be in the 400s.
It's got to be.
Has to be. 395.
Wow.
Okay.
See?
That ball should have won.
But he took it down, right?
The ball should have won.
I mean, but that's
3 yards.
I swear, like I tell all these guys out there, hit it straight as you can.
Yep.
And it's gonna, you're gonna go through the sets, right? Like you want to be.
We've seen the high cut be something that's worked really well as well.
Yeah, slot 1 has been a huge advantage for guys that can move it left to right. Control, just like a little bit of a block and just like slot 1 in Mesquite. Put that left to right down.
Yeah. For today, right? Like yesterday, though, it was like slot 4 felt the best. To me.
No, I was in slot 4 first set.
I went, I think like I don't know, 10 for 12 back-to-back sets. It was I got off there. I'm like, who is this guy, right? Like, but slot 4 lined up nicely.
So right now, Borgmeier, Patterson, and Seb Twiddell are in. Kyle Gabbard is in. Just needs to hit one ball and play if everything goes wrong for him, but he's in.
Okay.
And then we got Sean Johnson, Riesback, Connor Starrett, Nick Vorback round out the top 8. And then you have a bunch of guys, Glenn Wilson, Cody Billinghurst, Tomohiro Toyonaga, that have a chance to get in along with Luke Curtis and Jim Waldron. So
that last set, there's a lot on the line for them.
All right, Luke Curtis. He is at 225, so a win would put him at 425.
And I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Jordan Bovalina is at 175. He technically is mathematically in if all of those guys from 8 down go be. All right, we got an update. We got the new computer back. Elon's taking his $20,000 laptop back. Giving us something else.
Got his name engraved.
Yeah, it does. It's golden plated, diamond encrusted, gold plated.
So let's see.
Taking a peek at Brandon Wise right now, who's on the board at 330. Brandon Wise currently is out of this tournament mathematically. Let's see where Luke Curtis is at. Yeah, 225. Nick Vorback. A win from Nick, and he would be in.
He'd be in, yeah. Glenn Wilson even be close. So 500 points would get it.
Yep. All right.
And Cody as well. So it's going to be tight with these guys right here.
Yeah, if Nick wins, it's going to make it harder for Glenn, for sure.
I like Nick in slot number 4 as well. He went 3, what was his longest drive so far? 383, I believe he went 383 in slot number 4 as well. So taking up a lot of real estate right to left. He still has a couple balls to go. He's down to ball number 5. He needs to put something in play to keep his tournament alive.
Here we go. What is the feeling like when you know you have to put a ball in play and you've got 2 balls left?
Yeah, sometimes it's, you just kind of like relax and just push everything down, all right? And like take a big breath and then it's just tempo, right? Because when you get quick, you see these guys that get a little quick. And
I think Vorback's ball's in. That was close. This should be in the 65, 70s if that was in. He kind of looked like he hit it high in the face. It went straight. Like, granted, the tracers might be off a little bit. You'll see some just go out, but
there's a good ball.
368. There we go. I was close. 365, 70. So.
Yeah, sometimes we'll see it right down the middle, and they're
he's down to his last ball here. Nick Vorback's going to get in. He's going to make it to the round of 32.
Nice.
He's going to have 525. So we'll see if this pink turns green. He's at 325, which will turn into 525. And if he turns green, that is the bubble for the time being. I have never not seen 525 not get in.
Yeah, it's strange how the numbers work out. I'm not a mathematician, that's for sure, but you'll see sometimes where it's like with me, I need 500 to get in.
Yep.
Sometimes you see 400.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
375 as well.
500 get knocked out.
Yeah. Birthday boy Bobby Ray got in at 375 in Utah on the last ball.
That has to do with the OBs, I bet, right?
Yeah. I mean, when guys start putting balls in play, 375s don't make it. Nick Vorback has punched his ticket to the round of 32.
Well, this is huge for Glenn here, coming up.
If Glenn wins.
And Connor as well.
Look at
Is
this.
Connor in already?
No.
No.
All right. Tomohiro Toyonaga, Cody Billinghurst, and Glenn Wilson, they have to win.
Yeah.
They have to. Jim Waldron would need a miracle. He wins, and everybody goes OB.
We've seen crazy stuff today.
Yeah.
Or this week.
So, the only way Waldron...
It's a crazy sport.
It is.
Actually,
it is.
Jim Waldron cannot get in. He's out. He can't get in now.
No.
So, the only guys that can sneak in are Tomohiro Toyonaga, Cody Billinghurst, and Glenn Wilson Jr. If these guys do win, whether it's Glenn, Cody, or Tomohiro, there is a likelihood of them going up against each other in a playoff.
See, these are the times I love it because it's like you do or die, right?
Yep.
And you're just repping it. And so I've done a number of them where it's like that last ball, and but it's a lot. Like if you keep doing that over and over again, the adrenaline jumps that you get, they wear you down long term.
Do you know your heart rate when you're competing?
No, I don't. I wouldn't want to know that.
60.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, 60.
Maybe lower.
Sometimes you're pretty relaxed up there, yeah. remember in China, it was like so calm. It was just one of those weird events.
I think there were so many things going on that
we
that was the calmest.
We
that
didn't
was the
even
calmest
head on
place.
the range.
We had golf balls that didn't even have dimples on it.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, I were using my head covers as tee boxes.
We were.
Yeah.
I just remember
Such a
like
great
Jason
event.
Atkins just gave his credit
Trip.
card and it was like $45,000 for the credit card.
It was something else. Yeah, Wendy got a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, we just randomly just flew to an island in China and competed. But you know what?
It was fun.
We got paid.
We got paid.
What is it? The
All right,
SpongeBob
what do we got?
thing.
Come on,
3
Glenn,
years
Like
let's
later.
go.
said, 207. That's the little baby cut there. Stay in play for Glenn. He wins. He'll have 500. The Whopper, the wealthiest
right
man in
down
long drive.
His swing's so smooth. I just such a fan.
And, you know, this is what I respect about Jim Waldron. He probably knows that he's out, but he's going full throttle.
Without a doubt.
You know,
Well, that's what you got to do, right? I mean, we're all out here for every round, right?
Yep.
And if you don't go full throttle, I mean, you might be letting someone through that, you know.
Yeah, it holds
Jim
the integrity
Waldron,
of the game.
98. That a boy, Jimmy. You know, just getting it going there. Tomohiro looks like this ball is going to be OB left. So we're looking at Connor Starrett, who just needs to put a couple balls in play. He could put himself in a really tough spot here if he goes OB. But he still might be able to get in because guess what?
That's a good ball from Glenn
Jim
here.
Waldron plays the spoiler here for all of these guys.
Yes.
He literally, if Tomohiro,
Ooh.
I mean, Jim Waldron literally is going to knock all these guys out, and Connor could go OB and still get in.
That's a big ball, 398.
We'll see if Connor's last ball stayed in.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
See,
was
that's the
flirting.
pressure's off. That's when the pressure's off, you're already out, and you just now you're free swinging. And you walk to the car and go, "Why wasn't I doing that the first 4 rounds?"
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That's the sport, right? That's the
Exactly.
sport. It's up here. You know, we practice for the the ability to do it, but
Connor giving it all there.
Yep, Connor's in. Connor's going to take second place. He'll have 550 points unless Glenn Wilson's last ball stayed in, but I don't believe Glenn's did. So, Jim Waldron does play the spoiler for Glenn Wilson
Yes.
and Tomohiro Toyonaga. So Ryan Riesback is looking. It's in. He's in. It's over.
There it is.
It
Yeah,
is.
good for
Ryan
Ryan.
Riesback
Field
is
is
going to
set.
make
Yeah.
Sean Johnson and,
Keep it
and
rolling,
Ryan
for
Riesback
sure.
are going to make it in, and along with Kyle Gabbard at 450 points. So the 2023 senior world champion Ryan Riesback is going to make it into day 3.
He's going to keep going on. Jeff Gavin, thanks so much for being with us.
thanks for having
It's been
me.
so much fun watching you this year.
All
We'll be
right.
back
It's been-
after this.
Been fun watching.
Introducing World Long Drive International memberships. World Long Drive welcomes all of their international affiliates as part of the World Long Drive family. With an international membership, our worldwide competitors now have the ability to compete in internationally sanctioned World Long Drive events, the ability to earn world ranking points, plus all of the great community membership benefits. Sign up for an international membership today at worldlongdrive.com. All pro memberships include the ability to compete in international World Long Drive sanctioned events. Learn more at worldlongdrive.com.
Great guy. Such a great guy. Such
They
a great
said that
family.
We didn't go to the. I mean, we got to get to YouTube here. I mean, 760 right now. Seeing a lot of names up here. Names from the past. It's awesome. Yeah, Gavin's a stud. I mean, he's such a good guy too. And we said Wendy's awesome. Oh, you know what? There's Cody Billinghurst. I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't see that there. So Cody Billinghurst still has a shot
It's
here.
not over.
Wow. Sorry. So if Billinghurst wins.
And he's been hitting it good.
Yep. I didn't see that. I thought that they were.
All the
yeah, I didn't. That didn't
red,
pop
the
up
dark
until later.
red, yeah.
Yep. So that's the
Alright.
only one that isn't dark red. It's like a. What color is
I don't
that?
know what
In
that
between
is.
red and purple.
Maroon.
It's like a burnt red, or who knows. Garnet.
Devin Fitzgerald 390 on the board. Cody Billinghurst still looking for a number.
So he jumped the gun just a little bit. Cody Billinghurst has to win this set.
He's in a great slot to take over right now.
Absolutely.
Furthest ball today is 408. He's got it in him.
Look at Kyle Gabbard, the 213 ball. I mean, he hits it so high. This is right down the middle. This is a bomb from Kyle Gabbard. So we're looking at Cody Billinghurst here in slot number 4. The pressure is going to be on him. He has to win.
Kyle Gabbard, 397. These guys are putting on the pressure.
Obi right from Billinghurst.
If he turns that over,
that was a good ball there, too. That was just a block. 221. Sid West is already in. Martin Borgmeier with 3 wins and a second, so he is 8 for 9. He's only had one guy beat him. It's pretty good. What the record? 35-1. We'll take that.
Oof. This one's got to stay in to have a chance. Last ball for Cody Billinghurst. I don't think that one stayed. Here we go.
All right, Cody Billinghurst. His tournament is on the line. He needs to go 398 or more. He is Obi Wright. He has been eliminated from the tournament. So a strong competitor.
Without a doubt. Strong competitor. Put on a great show.
This is a tough group. I mean, there's some really, really good hitters. You know, and the one guy that I'm looking at right now, Nick Forbeck, he's been doing this for 4 years. And, you know, his numbers aren't what they were 2 or 3 years ago, but he's been doing this a long time. Put balls in play. You know, he's 205, 206, and he has 525 points, and he's got a chance to get into the final 16. You know, everybody that makes the round of 32 does get a paycheck. So, you know, it's nice to see Nick Forbeck out. He hasn't been on the grid. He's got a beautiful little boy. Great follow, by the way. Awesome follow. His videos of his son are hilarious. But, yeah, I like seeing Nick out there, you know, and it says, like, if you flight the ball well at, you know, 205, you can still run with the Bulls and with the best in the business.
And be the Bull.
Absolutely.
Still waiting on Kyle Gabbard's 4th ball. Last time we waited like this, he hit it. 443.
He is hitting it 8
High.
miles in the air. We don't have the actual numbers, which we had before.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I just moved that. If you saw that,
wow.
Now I can actually hear it in my right ear. It sounds way better. Sounds so much better.
443.
All right, now the field is set. Borgmeier, Gabbard, Patterson, Twaddell, Sterritt, Forbeck, Johnson, Riesbeck. And Riesbeck, you know, and Johnson don't even have to hit this set, but they're in.
That's
bottle number 11.
2 major hits right there. Broke his own record at 443. That's almost in front of the green.
So the 2 most impressive guys in this tournament so far have been from Europe. Martin Borgmeier and James Tate have looked the best so far.
In.
Zach
really
Holton,
consistent.
Zach Holton looked good today. You know, Zach was off to a little bit of a slow start on Wednesday. I mean, he was off to a really slow start and then started picking it up. But Zach Holton looked really, really good today this morning. One of the favorites to win it. But Mr. Borgmeier, the defending champion, the current champion, the reigning champion, is looking awesome here in slot number 4.
What's his nickname?
Mr. Burgerfi, the Germinator, Artie Borgie 240.
All of them.
All of them. Mr. Full Beard Long Drives.
Ooh.
That was his original handle.
Really?
Yeah. Martin Full Beard Long Drives. He used to say Full Beard's Long Drive. Look at this ball from Seb. Boom. A laser. 221.
It's fun to see Seb hit dead straight balls like this. He's had consistent shots like this all tournament.
Yeah. I mean, how about Kyle Gabbard hitting, he's literally hitting the clouds. They're going 443, 439. He might have figured it out. You just got to hit it over the wind.
Yeah, he's definitely doing that.
Ryan Riesback, I mean, if I was Ryan, I would just literally I wouldn't even hit. I'd hit a couple balls. He's done enough because, right after this, when he's done hitting, he's going to mow the grass in between.
Didn't we see him earlier calling balls?
Yep. It's unbelievable.
He was absolutely everywhere. Seb Twiddell at 415.
He was wiping down all of the seats.
And that's not even, we're not even being funny.
It's the truth.
Seriously. Ryan Riesback.
Sean Johnson, 221. That a boy. Sean Johnson looking good. The big names are starting to step on the gas here. And I know that we have so much time in the booth and become repetitive, but you are going to see these numbers jump the next couple days. Seb's starting to climb the ladder as well. He was sitting at around 214, 215, and now he's starting to creep up to 220. Riesback, good ball here from Riesback. This is a big ball from Ryan. This one stays in play. This is a perfect shot in that slot right there.
Without it out.
Perfect.
We saw him turn that on yesterday.
Borgmeier overcooks this one right to left. But Martin Borgmeier is off to the round of 32 along with all of these gentlemen, Sean Johnson, Seb Twiddell, and Ryan Riesback. I would love to see Ryan's last ball because I feel like that's going to be a big number at 395. So he overcomes and takes third place. Sean Johnson at 408. Great set for Johnson, 4 out of 5 in play. Seb, 4 out of 5 in play. All right.
There you have it.
Only 8 more men to go. 16 guys are going to battle for 8 spots. 24 guys have already advanced to the round of 32, and we are going to go right into this. There is going to be absolutely no time to waste. Kyle Berkshire is already on the tee box along with Andy Fernandez, and it looks like Dylan Block. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back right after this. We are live in Atlanta for the World Championships.